Oh. Ölüyor. Bir saniye. Gel lan sana. Epic Set'e hoş geldiniz. En son Nebakov değirmeninin orada haydutlar tarafından pusu yemiştik. Hikaye Henry ve Hans'ı bırakıp şeye geçti. Godwin'e geçti. Pedere. Onların nerede olduğunu Godwin olarak bulmaya çalışacağız. Bakalım. Olay yerine şu an geldik. Zaten oyun kaydetti kendini.
The tracks lead to the right. I'd better tread carefully. That company must have headed into the thicker forest. They used the trees as cover. Wagons. They probably used them to block the way and prevent a retreat. I should keep my rained arrows down on them. Good God, what a bloodbath.
Yani burada bir dünya loot var ama şu an ilgilenmeyeceğim. Ana karakterim bu değil. Aha haydutlar. Sakin ol.
God Almighty. Bless their souls.
Katliam olmuş bildiğiniz ya.
Their way forward as well. They were trapped. The man who planned this thinks like a true warrior. In any case, the innkeeper wasn't exaggerating. It looks like a Turkish raiding party swept through here.
Türk Akıncı Birliği mi?
Quite clearly to stay in the forest. You're welcome to anything you find up top, but stay away from here.
God be with
Bu
you.
haydutlardan biri değil mi?
I'm not one of those corpse looters.
Listen, one more step and it'll be your last, old man.
Calm down. I don't want any trouble. I'm looking for someone.
Oh? And who do you serve?
The Lord God
Allah.
myself. And wine, every now and again. Or ale. I'm not fussy.
What are you saying? You're a priest? You don't look like no priest.
I hear that a lot. But it's God's truth.
So who are you looking for, Father?
I'm looking for my friends. And I want to make sure they aren't among the dead. Can you take me to your commander?
All right, follow me. Eric can decide what.
Aynen haydut. Haydut birliğinden bu.
Idlers. Bury them properly so the wild animals don't get to them.
Eric!
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be on guard at the mill. I made it quite clear. I want that fucking rabble kept out of here. Who's this? Your pa?
No, sir. He says he's a priest, and he's looking for someone. So I thought...
Quiet! You, speak! Who are you? And who are you looking for?
Godwin. I'm a priest and I'm looking for my friends. Or their bodies.
And what exactly do you want from me?
Burada ne olduğunu biliyoruz zaten. İsmin ne
Now that I've
diyelim?
introduced myself, I'm keen to know who you might be.
You may have introduced yourself, but I don't know why I should believe you. Whoever heard of a priest with a sword under his belt?
I get your point. De omnibus est dubitandum. Let's just say I'm whatever I need to be at the moment. A priest, a warrior, a tireless lover. After all, the Lord helps those who help themselves, eh?
Well, you know how to preach. Maybe you really are a priest.
I'd like to ask what happened here.
What do you think? A battle is what happened, and the best side won. Us. Now I've got to clear up this mess.
Sorry, this might sound stupid, but I've just arrived and I've no idea what's going on here. Who did you defeat?
The cream of the local fiefdom. That bastard von Burgo threw everything he had at us. But it wasn't enough.
It looks like you crushed them badly. Did you leave any survivors?
I don't think so. So if your pals were against us, you'll find them in that pit there.
I hope not. I don't think you'd throw a nobleman into any old hole.
Noblemen?
Aye, a nobleman. I'm looking for the Lord of Perkstein and his page.
The Lord of Perkstein?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and Henry of Skalitz.
The captain took some prisoners with him, but I've no idea if it's them.
You'd better hope it is.
Right then. My name's Eric, and I'm in command here.
Excellent, Eric. I'd like
Tamam.
We'll see. Have you brought a ransom?
I still don't know if they're dead or alive. So first, I want...
Right, fellas, we'll finish this. If you want to keep your head on your shoulders, clear off on the double. Did you hear what I fucking said? Get lost, or it'll end badly.
I won't take orders from you,
Bunlar kim ya?
dog. We're outnumbered, but we can take them. And then I'll take you to our prisoners. Deal?
If we survive.
Let's see if you're as good with that sword as with your tongue. Come on then, you assholes!
Go to hell! Help me with it!
Oh. Ölüyor. Bir saniye.
You.
No, you don't! He's got I'll beat you to a blood! Shit! He's nearly got me!
Combo yapmaya çalışıyorum, yapamıyorum.
Bleeding fucker! Help with it!
You go!
I knew I'd get him!
Fucking swine! I owe you one, old man.
Para alabiliyoruz mu bunlardan?
Fucking hell! You see what happens when you can't be asked to obey orders.
But Eric...
Şu kanamayı tamir edeyim.
Shut up! I'll deal with you later. Got a moment, old man? Let's have a chat.
Yok mu bunlarda ya para ha?
Hey, father, I want a word with you.
Bahadır mı? Bak. Konuşalım. Bir içecek içeyim ama. Kendime geleyim.
I want a word with you.
Konuş bakalım.
Fuck, they got what they had.
I'd say it's God's punishment.
You really know how to wield a sword and leave God out of it.
In the Battle of Kosovo. I did a bit of traveling when I was young.
Kosova Savaşı
Lopped
mı?
up a few Turkish heads along the way.
And you settled down in your old age.
Till recently, I
Kosova
was the
Savaşı
parish
Haçlı
priest
Seferi
in Ujits,
değil mi ya?
Assassin.
Osmanlı'ya karşı yapılan
That's how.
Haçlı Seferi.
Looks to me like you're going to need a bigger hole for the bodies.
Bak sen
We're
şu
not
işe.
gonna dig graves for those fuckers.
Leave them to rot without a Christian burial. And besides,
Sod the wolves.
anyway,
Still on.
what
Nebakov.
Başka bir haydut çetesiyle kapıştık. Gidelim bakalım.
So tell me, Godwin, why are you looking for those two anyway?
Oh, they're my friends. I hadn't heard from them for a long time, so I set out to find them.
Surely a priest can't leave his parish just like that, can he?
As I said, I'm kind of working for myself right now.
Did you upset the bishop?
A bit.
Look, that's Nebakov up on the left. Got a commanding view of the whole valley. Now tell me, do you ride as well as you wield a sword? Let's see. I'll race you there.
Ne yarışması ya? Şu kaleye mi çıkacağız? Şuradan kestirmeden çıkarım ben. Daha önce yaptım zaten. Ah.
Well now, you're a fine horse.
Bibiana might look like any old nag.
Bit like you. In any case, we'll leave the horses here. Not to worry,
A very nice fortress.
in a moment you can ask the captain your...
I can't wait. Wait here for me, Bibiana. I'll be back soon. And maybe...
Evet.
Where's the chief? I brought him a guest.
Just now he's interrogating some captives.
Call him. I believe they're still alive. You're in luck.
I hope so.
What is it, Eric? I'm busy.
This here is Father Goodwin. For a priest, he's handier with a sword than most of your men. He helped us against some bandits. And he's looking for Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Well, well. This is quite a turn-up. I've just had a very interesting chat with this Capon. And your Istvan.
İştvan burada mı?
Now I think I want to have a chat with you. Go and wait for me in the tower.
İşvan demek ha. İşvan Tot. Kılıcı ve mektubu alan kişi.
God be with you, Captain. I expect you're the master of this fortress.
You surmise correctly. Who are you? And to what do I owe the honor of your visit?
As your man-at-arms Eric said, I'm Father Godwin. I'm in the service of Sir Hanush of Lipa, and I'm looking for his
Ha,
nephew.
Hanuş'un yeğeni miymiş? Ben oğlu sanıyordum bunu ya.
Hanush of Lipa, eh? Interesting. Did I hear correctly that you're a priest?
Ne credas aurum, quid resplendent ut
Rahip olduğumuza
aurum.
inanmayana iki
Perhaps
cümle
not,
söyleyince oluyor mu?
But I am. And who are you, sir?
You don't need to know my name. I'm a knight, and that should be enough for you.
Conversing with a man without knowing his name, am I to understand, Sir Knight, that young Lord Capon is alive and well and is in your captivity here?
You understand correctly. And he's in better shape than I am. I don't have this bandaged eye for fashion. That page of his did this to me.
It doesn't pay to underestimate that one. He's one of the few who can hold his own with me, whether sword fighting or boozing.
Boozing? You're a proper priest, then.
Unfortunately, the bishop had other ideas.
I have a feeling that's just one chapter in your colored history. Am I right?
Indeed. But this isn't the time or place for a... You have my friends, and I want them back. So what do we do about that?
Straight to the point, eh? You're a man after my own heart. So what do you...
First of all, I'd like to see them, to make sure they're safe and sound as you claim.
They're both fine, for now. You have my word.
The word of an unknown knight? That's as much use to me as a...
As the word of a dubious priest with a bloody sword in one hand and a
Well, let me put it another way, Sir Knight. I don't know what happened here exactly, who you are, or what your quarrel with Otto von Bergau is. But I guarantee you that those two greenhorns won't interfere with your plans, and you've no reason to hold them.
And I have to admit, the best as well, as my eye can testify.
Like I said, they're handy fellows. Although they do get up to some stupid escapades. As you no doubt well know, Lord von Pergau is on the opposite side of the Lord of Lipa. So if that pair joined up with him, they must have had a damn good reason for it, believe me. But that's by the by. It's over and done with. Release them. I'll take them away and Sir Hanush will be in your debt.
Tell me, father, what price does Sir Hanush put on his nephew?
I have no idea.
Then why are you here?
I'm supposed to bring them back, and that's what I intend to do. I was afraid at first that if anyone was going to hold them captive, it'd be von Bergau, and I'd have to party with him. Ah, well. Man proposes, and God disposes.
This whole story of yours sounds to me rather suspicious. How am I to know you're not von Bergov's spy? Maybe
Ne alaka
I
ya
should throw you in the
Bergov'la?
same cell with
2
that
saattir ne
pair.
anlatıyorsun?
Excellent! At least I'd get to see them with my own eyes, and not have to put up with any more horse shit from a lying cyclops!
Enough! To hell with you! You've got no ransom, and you don't want a parley. So we're done here. Be glad I'll let you leave in one piece.
You won't get rid of me that easily! Rebellion! They're attacking!
I came here to get them,
Gel lan sana.
and that's what I'm gonna do.
Looks like you know how to use a blade.
Fighting Turks will teach you that.
Hungary?
Kosovo.
Türklerle savaşmak. Ölmezsen tecrübe kazandırır. Tabii.
If you help me, I'll let them go.
Abi yine bunlara yardım edeceğiz ya.
Kill them to the last man! If I help him, he'll release Henry.
Henry'yi kendim arasam. Neyse koşayım bari. Ya
You're no match for us, fucker! Take that, scum!
bu ne şimdi?
Up and at them! Kill them to the last man!
Bu adamın lafına da güven olmaz ama gidelim bakalım.
There's more of them!
Fucking horse sons!
What are you waiting for?
Çok iyi. Beraber oynayalım burayı. Hah, şöyle araya ala.
No, you don't. What's it to be? More of you gotta fight or drop dead.
Çok iyi.
Whether you're a priest or not, I have to admit. Likewise. But what the hell was that all about?
Kalenin
Looks
içinde
like those
çıktı bu
friends of
sanki.
yours were right. Von Bergov's spies infiltrated us. Istvan Toff and that Eric of his.
Eric? Where is Eric?
Fuck! To the captives, quick, before it's too late.
Ha. Todd kaçırdı mı şimdi bizim şeyi? Henry ile Hans'ı.
I hope Hanush has enough coin to pay the ransom for you. As for you, well, we'll see about you.
Todd.
You! Tough! You swine! You're lucky I can't get to you, you treacherous cunt! You bark at me, you dog! Who the hell do you think you are? Where's my sword? Who is this? Madman. Surely you're not going to listen to some vagabond?
What, but you think you should listen to Sigismund's bitch? Enough!
What's he talking about?
You clearly don't know your own men. Although this one is Sigismund's man. We've already had the honor.
They're making up shit to avoid the gallows.
So that's why you were so keen to avoid that battle.
We were defending the castle as you ordered.
Throw him in the cell with Nebak.
I'm sure you'll get on just fine together.
You're making a terrible mistake!
We'll see about that.
Zizka, you want it at the gate?
Shit, I'm not done with you yet.
Tam bu arada mı gelmişiz ya? Şimdi Henry'e geldik.
Now you're done for. You'll pay for everything you've done.
Why do you think so? The little misunderstanding with the captain will get sorted out soon enough, one way or another. What's interesting is that you cross my path again when I'm doing what I do best. Fate, I suppose. We have the same fairy godmothers. Whores.
You dog. You're in the mood for jokes. Here in the fortress.
Tam dayak istiyor bu
Give
ya.
me one good reason I shouldn't strangle you on the spot.
Strangling your rescuer would be a mistake, Siaramir. A big mistake. And most likely a mortal sin.
Rescuer? What are you on about?
Why do you think you're still alive? Thanks to me. I persuaded Zizka not to get rid of you for good.
Don't listen to him. He's a liar and a traitor to this land.
And a loyal servant of King Sigismund and our Sir Otto von Burgau. Just like you, sir. Or am I mistaken?
Otto von Burgau?
Indeed. While these two support that drunken, good-for-nothing Wenceslas, like that bastard Zizka.
Why did you help him then?
It was a direct order from Sir Otto.
What order?
Gain Zizka's trust and stop his perfidious raiding once and for all. Unfortunately, getting away from here in time and warning Sir Otto about the trap was harder than I expected. And that's why I'm locked up here now. In any case, you wouldn't be alive without me. Believe me, sir.
Don't believe him. He's a common bandit. He did the same at my hometown. Attacked castles, murdered, and plundered.
I was given a direct order by my lord, who is yours too.
Behind bars?
Like I said, if everything had gone to plan, it wouldn't be us in this dungeon, but Zizka. But don't worry, sir. I haven't said my final word yet.
Well, I don't want to be too hasty, but for the moment, you'll regret it if you're lying to me.
No doubt.
I'm glad you've revealed your true nature here in front of everyone.
Will the captain believe someone who attacked him with von Burgau's forces, or me? That remains to be seen.
I'm sure Sir Yaramir will confirm it.
Sir Yaramir isn't stupid enough to want to get rid of the only ally he has to hand. Isn't that right, Sir Yaramir?
We'll see.
Assuming there will be any discussion with the captain.
You're just trying to wriggle out of it.
You may be in for a surprise, Lord Capon.
Where's my sword?
Your sword? You're still
Oğlum
bothered
harbiden
about
hala
that?
kılıcın peşinde misin
Only
ya?
a piece of iron.
Bir
I
dur
have to
bakalım.
admit, your father did a good job on it, though. Beautiful work. His last.
You won't look so pleased with yourself when I'm gutting you with that sword.
I'm not sure you'll get the opportunity, to be honest. If either of us has a chance of getting out of here alive. Surprisingly, I have better prospects than you two.
Who would pay a ransom for...
Don't tell anyone, but how about the man? And he's close by. Unlike Lord Hanush is at the other end of the country.
Zizka would have to be out of his mind to release...
Really? People like Zizka know coin is more important than revenge. You can't pay a band of mercenaries with... Besides, Seeing what happened, I don't think Zhishka is going to want to stay long. And I wouldn't expect him to wait around until a messenger brings a ransom from Ratai. One way or another, he won't have any need for you. Either of you. Are you afraid?
I'm gonna get you.
No one's yet built the gallows I'll swing from, boy.
I don't think Henry's planning to hang you. He's more likely to rip your gut open. And I'll be glad to help him.
When did you start recruiting Radzig's people, Eric?
What's the matter? Lost your tongue?
I think he was looking for this.
You swine!
Bu adam orada mıymış?
Pays a nice fat ransom.
Rot in hell!
Birinci oyundan bir sahne.
Eric, you're just about to do some gutting.
There's no time for it.
There's always time for this.
No, we've got to flee now.
There'll be time when we meet again. What the fuck was that?
Fuck it!
Sürekli hapiste geçiyoruz ya.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus Christ. Gentlemen.
It's Godwin!
You know, I thought I'd be carrying your bodies home. Can you even deliver a letter?
Hemen şu piçin arkasından koşalım biz de yetişelim.
I will get those fuckers.
They're riding to Trotsky. You were right.
All you had to do was trust us.
Trust you? When you came at me with von Bergov's army? Sorry, but my eye doesn't see it that way.
Maybe we wouldn't have come at anyone with an army if they hadn't tried to kill us earlier and weren't cozying up with that bastard Istvan.
There might be some truth in that. We got off on the wrong foot, all right. But it seems we have a lot to say to
Aynı
each other.
tarafa mı geçtik şimdi? Düşmanımın düşmanı dost.
I have to admit I'm getting a bit
Dostumdur.
lost in all this mess.
You're not the only one.
Well, let's start with you, Captain. You know all of us, but we don't know you from Adam.
I am Jan of Trotsnov, also known as Zhishka. These days in the service of Jan Sokol of Lamberg and Margrave Prokop of Luxembourg.
Prokop? Jobst of Luxembourg's brother? What a coincidence. We're here at Jobst's instigation.
Well, Sir Hans, the problem is Prokop is at this very moment in Sigismund's jail in Pressburg on account of Jobst's treachery, which doesn't exactly make us allies.
We know about his past, but it seems he's changed his mind and sided with King Wenceslas. After all, we came here to try to make Lord von Bergov and the League of Lords turn against Sigismund.
Jobst can be very convincing, and then all of a sudden his dagger's in your back. I've seen him twist and turn so many times that I don't believe a word he says. Be that as it may, what you said means we, here and now, really are on the
İki
same
taraf da
side.
aynı kralı destekliyor.
But what I want to know is how it came about that instead of delivering a letter, those boys joined our enemy.
How? We had a common enemy, that's how. As soon as we arrived, we were attacked by Zhizka here and his men. They murdered our company, took our message, and on top of that, they had Istvan with them.
And Istvan was actually working for von Bergov all this time.
Where did you pick up that bastard, Ziska?
When I came here, I was putting together a band and he turned up, along with Eric and a couple of others.
You recruited him? Just like that?
Lord Capon, when you do what I do, you don't get to choose from the best, but the worst. And he was good at our trade. So good, I didn't notice he was setting me up.
Yani şimdi ben anlayamadım ya. Hikayede değişik şeyler oldu.
How did
Bu
Semyon come
Semine'deki
to join you?
Lord nasıl
Bergov
katıldı
is a
size?
bad master, and you're not the only ones who don't like what Sigismund's doing in Bohemia. It wasn't hard finding allies who hate him. The same with the miller, though he had lots of other incentives as well. What actually happened to Semine?
Unfortunately, they're all dead. Von Bergov suspected something and sent his men to Semine.
And?
They murdered them. Every last one. And
And we helped them do it.
well, that can't be helped. War is hell. Sometimes it's hard to know what's going on and who is really your enemy.
we thought...
I know. You thought they were with me, and I wanted to kill you. Don't blame yourself. We all have our share of guilt.
Kötü
But
bir durum ya.
Sigismund most of all. If he hadn't come and taken the king captive and started looting and plundering, none of this would have happened.
Amen.
If you're in Sokol's service, as you said, what exactly is it you're doing for him?
Waging war, as you've no doubt noticed.
There's a fine line between waging war and marauding.
As a man of your experiences must know, war takes... And since King Wenceslas and Prokop are imprisoned and the Czech noblemen are useless, we're doing the best we can alongside Sokol. We're making life difficult for the traitors who are in league with Sigismund. And Otto von Bergov is...
Well, I understand you were out to harm von Bergov, but why did you attack us, for God's sake?
We saw you meet up with his garrison. It looked like a friendly encounter, so we figured you were...
You killed all my men!
And you killed my men. Though some of them were far from good.
War is a nasty business.
Tell that to Oak.
Katrin, aynen.
Do you know Katrin?
Katrin'le bir ilgisi var bu olayın.
The girl from by the pond, for whose sake you killed your own man.
No.
You killed your own man to protect a woman you don't know.
Looks like it, doesn't it? Nobody has tried anything of the sort since, so they got the message.
Yeah, war is a nasty business. Men kill each other, I get that. But your men wanted to rape innocent women. There at the pond.
Nobody raped any...
Well,
like I said, in my trade, you don't... It's hard to keep them reined in sometimes, but I do my best. As you saw with your own eyes.
Daha
how did
geçtiğini
you manage
nasıl
to set
duydun?
that trap in the ravine so
Katrin'den
quickly?
duyması lazım ya.
We only
Kimden
heard
duyacak
about the
başka?
sortie the evening before.
I have my sword.
Come on! I think you can try.
I'll give you a piece of advice, Lord Capon. Don't trust...
Söylemedi la.
Did you want to...
Of course, but just making his life hell was enough. Making sure he lost as much coin and...
So you were doing the same as Toth was doing in Sasau, in Sigismund's service? Or maybe even von Bergov's?
I suppose so. I also understood from what he said that he'd been harassing the enemy a bit too, but he didn't say who that was. Now it's clear why.
Harassing a bit? No offense, but you're a dabbler compared to him. Istvan took Talmberg Castle. He assembled a huge force and almost seized... The whole region had to band together to put an end...
And did you?
I should say so.
You see then, this whole region also banded together against me. And who did you say the dabbler was?
Aynen. İsvan
Why
neden
did Istvan
uyarmadı?
let you ambush von
Berger'u?
Bergov instead of telling him you were at Nebakov? If he's on his side.
Well, that's not so mysterious. It all happened so fast. What's more, I kept everyone inside the fortress before the battle. Although it's true he wanted to avoid that battle. While we're on the subject of it, I understand.
If there's one thing I can't figure out, it's how come you suddenly turned up here, Godwin?
Or would you rather I had...
Certainly not. You came at just the right time. A positive godsend.
I have the feeling it wasn't God who sent you, but my guardian Hanush, eh?
He dropped by to see me just as the... me out of my parish. He said you'd been gone suspiciously long, and I was wondering where I was going to live. So we made a deal that I'd go and check up on you.
That was a good idea, I must say.
I think so too. For a while.
What are we gonna do now?
We can't stay here. We should get ready to leave. Word will get out about his humiliation, and the League of Lords will come to his...
Where will we go?
I don't know yet. What about...
He's still somewhere in Brandenburg.
So the...
That sounds like a plan.
You see?
Is medicine another of your skills? On top of sword...
Giving the last rites isn't the...
All right, then. You could look at the bandage.
Sorry,
You're lucky it was this one. And then you came along.